Hey buddy, it's Mike here. Today we're talking about Surviving Mars Relaunched. So this is a remake or remaster of the original Surviving Mars, which only came out in 2018. So it's kind of surprising that they're already remaking, relaunching this game. So I wanted to check it out and give you my honest opinion if it's worth buying again, or for new players to go check this out. So if you don't know Surviving Mars, it's basically like a city builder, but you're on Mars. You need to make your colony survive and thrive, and eventually you can terraform Mars to its full glory, and even get some trees and everything. So it's really cool kind of gameplay loop, and I always really liked this idea. And execution wise, I think it's very fun. Like, this game has a very fun gameplay loop. Now my only concern here is that they just I don't believe 2018 kind of warrants a re-release of a game. I mean, this is kind of a short window to be re-releasing. They could have made like Surviving Mars 2, but instead they decided to remaster this one. Now the good thing is that when you buy this, say if you already own the game, you get a huge discount, and this comes with all the DLCs, right, from Green Planet to the space rival colonies. And the major change they added in Relaunch is they added a whole kind of faction system, like a whole politics system, like something you'd find Frostpunk, right? So you have different factions where they kind of have their different laws, they have their different interests, these different factions. Even go for full Martian independence. So it's kind of cool. It actually adds a huge kind of new layer of gameplay. While it is interesting, it does feel a bit superficial, a little bit unbalanced. Like, I don't know, it doesn't add that much to the game where it kind of warrants you to buy this again. Like, I paid this for Surviving Mars at full price, and this is kind of the biggest thing they added, other than some like graphical improvements. And I'm just not seeing the value there for someone who's already owned this game. It's just not enough for me to kind of recommend you buying it again at full price, or even at its reduced price, because essentially it's the same game with slightly improved graphics. And let me tell you, this game does run very well. There's barely any lag. Like I said, I don't have like a beast of a PC, and this thing runs great, so it's very well optimized. And I think the Martian Assembly, the whole politics system, is kind of cool. It's not just about surviving anymore, it's about building a society with different laws. They also introduced mod support, so that's kind of a huge win, because City Skylines 1, the endless possibilities with mods is definitely exciting. But for new players who've never played Surviving Mars, I'm going to easily recommend this. But to just give you a blanket recommendation for everyone who's already previously owned it, I think if you bought this game before, you're kind of getting ripped off. I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of slap in the face, for people who are loyal to Surviving Mars, for them to re-release the game. And I see they're doing this a lot. We saw this recently with the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. They're just re-releasing games, repackaging them, at full price. And I do appreciate, again, you get a massively reduced price if you already own the original game. But at the same time, it's just not enough for me to say, hey, it's worth that upgrade. Again, it's a great game. If you ever, it's the most you can ask for if you're looking for a game to like a city builder on Mars. And it's really cool. I really like the whole graphical style. Like, they have like a photo mode, and it's really cool to kind of maybe just follow your rover around Mars. And again, I really like the whole, not only the graphical vibe, but just the attention to detail. And it's fun to kind of just zoom in and see what your citizens are up to. So it's really cool. And the cool thing about this game, they've actually mapped out Mars, and this is what I hear, they kind of used the maps to kind of create the outline for the different parts of this game. So you can land on various parts of Mars that have been discovered in real life, like Olympus Mons, for example. And different parts of Mars have different difficulties. They have different challenges, right? There's parts of Mars where you have a lot less water, but a lot more cold storms, or you have a lot more water, but you have dust storms. Or there's parts of Mars that are much easier for your new players. So I like that. There's some good gameplay variety, and it's a visually pleasing game. So overall, I can recommend this, just not if you already own the game. Again, it's on sale for if you already own the original game. It's a tough sell. It looks like they're just repackaging a game that was re-released, you know, less than 10 years ago, which I don't support. But I do support this game and its overall quality. Be in mind, there's tons of little bugs and, you know, silly things that go on, especially with asteroid mining. And I believe this stuff is going to get hashed out over time after people complain and stuff like that. Again, they need to release these games in, you know, fully working, complete packages. But that being said, it's a great game. It really unleashes your like inner space nerd and those who kind of like the idea of like who love city builders, right? And, you know, kind of going to Mars and building a society there. There's no better game for it. So I'm going to recommend this one to those who've never played Surviving Mars before. I'd even recommend it at full price. If you already own this game, it's really not much of an upgrade. And another sad thing is you can't even buy the old version of Surviving Mars. They're actually going to close that from the store. So that's something else to keep in mind. Otherwise, yeah, that's my review on Surviving Mars Relaunched. If you like this video, please consider checking out my channel, subscribing to support. Your support means a lot. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.